Hello guys and welcome to this Always on the Ball tips video. Round 14. Last week I got 3 out of 7 tips, which wasn't great, but it wasn't an easy round to tip. And I got 4 out of 7 Ollie's calls, so not too shabby. Moving on to the Thursday night game. Adelaide Oval, 7:40pm. Port Adelaide Geelong. I reckon, this is going to be a great game. Or a pretty good game. Both teams coming off wins. Port Adelaide, second, 11-2, with 10 straight wins. Notch up another win on the weekend over the Bulldogs. Geelong, 6-6, ninth, coming off the bye, but before that, a good win over the Western Bulldogs. So, it's going to be tough. I reckon if this was at GMHBA, I would be tipping Geelong, but because it's at Adelaide Oval, I'm going to tip Port Adelaide by 27, with my Ollie's call that Charlie Dixon kicks 2+ goals. Moving on to the second game. Another pretty good game, I reckon, as well. 7:50pm Gabba Friday night. Sydney, Brisbane. This should be alright. Both teams coming off losses in the bye, looking to get back into form after the bye. Let's start with the Lions. A very disappointing loss to Hawthorn. I think they were just a bit rusty. But they're still in fourth, 8-4. They're not going too bad. Sydney lost to St Kilda. They were in front most of the game. But St Kilda just outplayed them. So, Sydney 5-7, 13th. This is going to be a pretty close game, but I'm going to tip Brisbane by 21 with my Ollie's call that Oliver Florent has 21+ disposals. Moving on to the third game of the round. No Saturday early game this week, just a 4:35 game at Giants Stadium. Fremantle versus the Giants. Both teams not where they would have liked to be heading into their mid-season byes, or Freo slightly after, but Freo especially is still in the mix for finals. I reckon this will be a close game. GWS, comfortable win over North, what they need to do. Unfortunate loss to Richmond, and then a win over Geelong. So, 14th, 5-8. Freo, 10th, 6-6, coming off the bye and a loss. A loss to Richmond, which isn't great, but a win to Melbourne before the bye. But I think I'm going to tip GWS by 10 with my Ollie's call that Toby Green kicks 2+ goals. Moving on to the Saturday night game. MCG, 7:25pm. Richmond, St Kilda. This is going to be quite an interesting game. I'll be really annoyed if the Saints lose this game. Really annoyed. Coming off a good win, we are over Sydney, 8-4. I'm still not confident in us to make finals. Richmond coming off 2 wins over Freo and GWS. Not the greatest opponents, but they're wins. They're sitting 5-1-7. They're just keeping themselves in the mix to play finals, sitting in 12th. That draw might come in handy, who knows. I'm going to tip against the Saints in this one. I'm tipping Richmond by 34 because we don't play the MCG well. With my Ollie's call that Shai Bolton has 17+ disposals. Moving on to the first Sunday game. This is MCG 110. This is another sort of close game. Carlton, Gold Coast. One team looking quite positive, the other is not. Let's start with Gold Coast. 2 good wins over Adelaide Western Bulldogs. A bye, coming fresh off the bye. City in 11th. Carlton. Their final chances are over after a loss to Essendon. Disappointing. At half time, they were looking like they were a chance, and then they just stopped playing in the third quarter. 4-1 and 8-15, 3 losses in a row. No, more. 6 losses in a row. I'm going to tip Gold Coast by 26 with my Ollie's call that Sam Walsh has 13 plus uncontested possessions. Moving on to the final game of this bye round. North Melbourne, Western Bulldogs. Marvel 440. I have to tip the Bulldogs here. They're coming off 3 losses. They're going to fight back. Sitting 8th, still in the mix for finals, not in a great position. They have had some tough opponents like Port and Geelong, but not great. North, another loss. They were in it for most of the game. Unfortunately, couldn't win. They've now lost 11 games in a row. 2-11, sitting in 17th. I'm going to tip the Dogs by 17 with my Oz call that Tim English has 30 plus sit-outs. Thanks for watching and listening to this Ollie's on the Ball tips video.